Hey guys, how's it going? Rubik's Master here, and I have Wi-Fi now. So I just tried to record my last video on my tablet, got done recording the entire 15-minute video, and the file was corrupted. So here I am on my phone because my tablet is overheating like freaking crazy. It's over a year old and it's a cheap Walmart one. I need a new one. I'm working on that. But until then, I'm just going to tough it out. Anyway, this is the second video I'm making today because I didn't realize when I posted my video on the update announcements earlier today that that update was actually going live like right then. So in this video, I'm just going to touch on the highlights and what I think and how I've interacted with the world map so far. But first, look up in the top right hand corner. You will see my alliance name is Rubik's Cubed. That is the alliance I have started for us, me, you guys. We need to be in this alliance. So send me an in-game message and I will invite you to the clan. Right now there's 3 of us in here. Me, Clutch Up, and Corpus Reborn. So we have a 42 and a 54. Come on, guys. We need some lower levels in here. We need some level 30s. We need some high 20s. I mean, if you're a level 60 and you want to come in here, have at it. Send me a message. I'll invite you in and we can start tearing it up. So, first thing I want to touch on about the update to the game, of course, we have this thorium thing, a majigger right here that produces thorium. Honestly, I think thorium is being produced a little too much. I'm above my maximum capacity because I keep getting thorium from daily crates, which puts you over your maximum capacity. So it's doing me no good, and it's boosted because of the contestable zone I'm in, but it's doing me no good. My oil is boosted as well, which is super useful. Everybody take note, except for the campaign missions. This is the first time that Kixeye has given us oil. Like, they've boosted our oil. At the same time, the world map has also increased our oil consumption, but that's a subject for another time. So, those are the cool things. You go in different areas, and depending on the level, you actually get more boost for your things. Now, let's go check out the world map and all the different zones you could possibly go into. Now, I counted these. There are 30 zones you can deploy into just on the European theater. So, I deploy in Normandy just because I like the idea of Normandy. But if you like the Middle East, and I guess that's going into Asia, whatever. Honestly, oh, that's Georgia. Okay. For a second there, I didn't really recognize that area of the world. Anyway, there's like 20 or so right there that you can go into. So, let's go ahead and go into Normandy and see what these new places look like. A lot of people, well, everyone has been populated into an area. You can switch, but with the update, you are permanently placed onto the world map. And you were given a bubble, unless you moved like I did. So as you can see when we pop in here, well, it zooms in on me, but if we zoom out, you can see that all these little red dots around are other bases, and they've been populated fairly evenly across this map. So, one thing you'll notice right away is how the names and level zones of the areas go. So you'll notice that the north part of Normandy is all gray, and they have like the number 15 to 24, 10 to 14. Those are level suggestions. So in that area, the strongholds and outposts are going to be meant for players in that level group of like 15 to 24, 10 to 14. So, me being a level 47, those areas are grayed out saying, don't go there. You're probably not going to get a lot from them. Now, when you go and look at the other colors, down here, looking at central blocks, you'll see it's green level 35 to 44. It's one level group below where I am. I'm not going to get a whole lot from there, and it's going to be super easy. Then you go one step up, and it's yellow, 45 to 54. That is my level group. That's saying I'm going to get the most out of it. I'm going to be able to attack the strongholds and outposts fairly easily, and I'm going to get a decent amount of resources out of them. Red or orange, whatever you want to call that color, 55 to, does that say 84 or 64? I can't tell. Says 64. Okay. 55 to 64. Don't go there. I'm too low level. I'm going to get wrecked. Alright, now, about the contestable zones, there is no way to really tell what's a contestable zone unless you click on it. So you click on a zone and you can see that one says neutral, neutral. Now I already know where the contestable zones are. There's this one, and this is a higher level one, 35 to 44, where it gives you a higher boost. Oil boost of 17, thorium of 13. The zone I'm in right now only gives me 15 oil and 10 thorium. Still decent. I'll take any boost over none. So this video is going to go much faster than the last one I did because I kind of know what I'm talking about now. Okay, so the movement. One thing they talked about the movement was they wanted to make it more strategic by making you have to really think about where you're going. And I was kind of curious as to how they were going to balance that out because you have to use countdown tokens or whatever they were called to be able to move again if you don't want to wait for your timer. But you can attack at range for an additional oil cost. So I was wondering how they were going to balance that out and if it was going to be really bad. Like they were trying to, make you spend money on oil. But honestly, I don't think they did. So I moved from basically the bottom of the map to here, and it started a 5-hour countdown, which I still have 3 hours left. But if you look at the things around me, pretty much anything within 20 blocks or so, I can attack for 680 oil. Even actual enemies, 680 oil, I could attack him. Even look up here, where are you, buddy? Here we go. This guy right here, fairly decent ways away. And I guess he has something going on there that it doesn't tell me exactly how much I have to attack him. So let's move on. Okay, 35, here we go. Let's see about this dude. 5,842. That is basically an entire region away. So if you really wanted to get at him, it is what it is. But honestly, a fairly decent strategy when you're going into a contestable zone is to have your alliance group up in the middle, and then you can just kind of divvy out your resources, sniping people as they're coming at you. All right. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, and I completely forgot what it was. So we talked about movement, wait times. Oh, so this is the kind of discussion thing. I really like what they've done here. They've really tied in the alliance and world map part into the game where it's impossible to separate them, and I like that. It was too easy before to be disengaged from the world map. I felt like PvP and just building my base was more than enough without having to worry about the world map. Really, you didn't gain anything from the world map, except for being able to get a couple crits that you really, like the specific crits you wanted. That's all you really gained from the world map, and I didn't really appreciate it. But now, honestly, I could see the world map being where I do most of my PvP. I'd really like to get an alliance going and kind of, just chase down people and be one of the aggressive alliances, not just to be a douchebag, but because the world map is now a really awesome place to be and an awesome place to conduct your attacks rather than just PvP, flipping through, trying to find somebody that you can easily attack and get a crate with a lot of crits in it. So I really like that aspect of it. What I'm kind of worried about is how, like, everything they do is to bring people in, but it's also, like with KIXEYE, anything they do, they also add just a little way to where they can get a little bit more of your money. And in this aspect, it's the countdown tokens. I don't know what they're called, but the tokens you can use in lieu of waiting for a countdown. I'm sure you can pay gold for this. Actually, hold on. Can I click finish? Oh, can I not buy tokens right now? Well, kudos, but I'm sure I'll be able to buy them at some point. Something I wish they would have done in conjunction with this update, and maybe they'll do it later on, is reduce the oil cost for repairs. People have been asking for this forever, but really there hasn't been much of a foundation to stand on. People are like, oh, lower the oil cost so we can fight more. But there hasn't been a real reason except to fight more. But now with the fast-paced action of Alliance Wars, it's really gonna suck getting into the middle of a big fight running out of oil and just having to stop because you don't want to pay $1.50 to try and repair your platoon. But if KIXEYE reduced those costs to where it was only like 25 cents to repair your platoon, I wouldn't have a problem if I was in a heated alliance war to drop $2 to get 8 more attacks to contribute to my alliance war. No problem at all. That would be awesome. That's how it should be done. It's like you get a lot of value out of what you already have, and then you're like, hey, you know what? Just give me a quarter and you can have another attack. Like, it needs to be microtransactions need to be micro. If you have microtransactions that cost multiple dollars, people are going to choke on that. If you have microtransactions that, when it boils down to it, are 25 cents a piece, people aren't going to be so upset about that. So let me know what you guys think about that. The oil cost reductions, I'm sure most people can agree with that. Do you guys like how the world map is basically being forcefully integrated with the game so that people basically have to participate in the entire experience? Because, well, this is me rambling off again, but I swear this is the last thing. I swear, guys, I swear it's the last thing. Because, like, before, when I was on the world map, there were periods where, like, nobody would get on it. Then there'd be, like, 2 big clans that just dominated the whole thing. And now with everybody being forcefully pushed in, like, there's always going to be a few big clans that dominate things and, you know, can be a little bit annoying. But now you're going to have smaller clans or even individuals that might be able to shake it up a bit. I know when I would play the original War Commander and I wasn't part of a big alliance, that sometimes it was fun if I saw a big alliance war going on. I would just go in and take advantage of a weak spot and just knock somebody out, and they wouldn't even really know what happened because they don't know the alliance name, they don't know who did it, they were in the middle of something big, so a lot of times I could go in and knock out a couple dudes and, you know, not even really have any consequences. And that's awesome. So I feel like we're going to have a lot more about that. And let's be honest here, if somehow KIXEYE took the entire original War Commander and ported it over to a mobile device, it would be basically the ultimate mobile RTS experience. And I think that's kind of what they're doing gradually with Rogue Assault, is they're inching towards the original War Commander experience, but it is geared towards more simple controls on a mobile device. And this integration of the world map is a really good way to do that, so I'm done rambling. Let me know what you guys think about all that ridiculous stuff I just said, and don't forget to send me an in-game message to be invited to